Movement number 4. Dragon seeks path. Dragon whips his tail.
Yo, my man, why you got on that purse, huh?
Hey, this ain't no purse. I'm the big deals. Don't do that. $100 Patron in the bid at, you heard? Get your money up, not your funny up.
It is Profit, Pro Dagger, Off Top, Munfu. We in the building. Whole lot.
Yo, Off Top, we gonna apologize just because the quality of this is gonna be crazy. I don't know what's been going on lately.
Screwface
but
has terrible
the
internet.
Connection is straight butter cheese right now.
He got young trash internet. Yo, listen. What we talking about, B? What we talking about, Segway?
Yo, so some dude dropped a video talking about YouTube rappers and if they are corny or not. I did a reaction to it. If you haven't watched it, go watch that. It's like my longest reaction ever. It's literally like an hour long. But yeah, I mean, you know how I know it's long? Because it's getting views in waves. So it's like an hour will go by and it gets like a big chunk. And then like an hour will go by again, it doesn't get that big of a chunk. Then the next hour gets another big chunk because the people just from the last hour just got done watching it. It's crazy. Anyway, but so we decided to get together and say our thoughts on what we feel about the YouTube rap scene and where do we think it's going and do we think basically that.
Nigga.
What?
Do you have your Bluetooth headphones on?
Oh,
Young garbage audio quality.
Yo,
They call
I
you.
know I had them in.
Man, I was like, bro, why is your audio quality so on Garbo?
Oh, yeah, my bad. I didn't even know I had them in.
Yeah, so listen, man. So keep going, man. What we talking about, bro?
You heard what I said.
All right, so yeah, man. Are YouTube rappers corny? Yeah.
What?
Huh? I'm just saying. Nah, dog. We just wanted to talk about
All right,
this,
so
man.
here's my question off top.
Yeah.
Do you think, first of all, what is a YouTube rapper to you? That's the first question before we even get into what makes you an official YouTube rapper.
I feel like what makes you an official YouTube rapper is if you kind of created a channel and grew it to get monetized, and then once you got monetized, you start dropping your music. You might have dropped your music before, but I'm saying, like, if you upload videos regularly, you know, you do videos of you regularly, more than just strictly dropping music, I think that's more of a YouTube rapper. And I guess that goes beyond just YouTube, because Dax doesn't really drop vlogs, but Dax goes live and stuff a lot and posts like a lot of videos of him.
But if Dax didn't go live, he would still be a YouTube rapper, though. I think what it is
Yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah.
I think what it is one, the content you make, because you don't need to make blogs and stuff, but it's the kind of stuff you make and the community you're surrounded by.
Yeah.
YouTube rap is more like a gang thing, as funny as that sounds, because it's really about who you're affiliated with.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. That's literally the only difference. So if Kodak Black all of a sudden was in the YouTube ciphers, was all of a sudden dropping freestyles all the time, was all of a sudden maybe doing blogs about current, he would be a YouTube rapper. You could transition in and transition out. Honestly, just that's my definition anyway. YouTube, Mac Ludico was in that bubble. Can you
Yeah, no, I can.
Mac Ludico's in that bubble. Quebec in that bubble. There are people who are hybrids, like Oxus and It's like there's like people who don't necessarily they're maybe through like a degree of separation where they're not, because like Moxis is through Quedeca, obviously. That's how he gets in through the YouTube. So I'm not saying like he needs Quedeca, but that's basically who like it's like a gang metaphor, who brought him around, who like got him, but he not quite jumped in, but he's affiliated. So where Moxis' most stuff is his streaming platforms. It's off of YouTube. His biggest stuff, Trap Terrell, same way, like the biggest, but even though he has a lot of stuff that's big on YouTube, those people are like a hybrid where they're very, their face is very visible on the platform in the community,
right?
But their biggest platform is not YouTube.
Yeah, that's valid. Yeah, so I mean, what'd you say? Keep going.
I said those are the people who are hybrids. So the YouTube rappers are those people. The people in between are those, and everybody else is everybody else, essentially.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you already kind of shared your stuff? Here's what I think happened
with the YouTube rap thing, and I gotta be careful how I talk about this because I'm me, but. I think I was going to make my own video about this, but then I just decided not to because I just didn't want to harp on it, but there's a good chance for me to say what I was going to say. YouTube rap started, and we're going to just keep it a bug. Like I've been said, the Four Horsemen is really what cemented to me that this was not a joke thing, right? But if you remember when I came in and I did that song, YouTube Rapper, if you go back and listen to the lyrics, I essentially kind of predicted everything that was going to happen, right? And the exact reasoning of what I didn't like about the stigma of YouTube is why I feel this was created, because I put my foot in the ground and said, no, we're going to do this serious. This isn't just going to be some parody rap stuff. Right. We're going to do it seriously. And then the DAC stuff and all that was a perfect storm to create what was after that, because I think the YouTube ciphers and all that. In the beginning, it started out an alternative because everybody felt like these guys can't get in to the industry, or these guys are different than what we hear in the industry. Right. Are different. Yeah. Look at and I don't care what anybody says, I keep going back to the Four Horsemen. Look at the Four Horsemen in that generation. All of us were different, no matter how you split it.
That's fine.
Crip was the fast rapper, and he was the only person that was doing that really, as the YouTube rappers, the ones that I saw was Crip. Quedeca was like the saucy, wavy white boy. Dax was Dax, and so it was four completely different personalities, but I'm going to keep it a buck. Since then, it feels like everybody's just a variation of one of those, or like a hodgepodge of one of those. And I think it became what we did. To a point, some people made it become what we didn't want, what we were trying to escape in the first place. Where when we look at the industry, be like, okay, well, we don't fit this mold, or this is different mold, and we don't completely like it, and they're all talking about the same things, different things.
To be a mold.
Then hop the ship just to create something where everybody is essentially, now there's a mold, and now there's a way where you can be like the YouTube rapper starter kit. As soon as you get that, then you're like, okay, now we're slowly becoming a parody of ourselves. We are becoming the snake that ate its tail. That's essentially what I think the gripe of what that guy was trying to say from my point of view.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, in my video, I kind of just really touched on, I kind of talked more about what I felt like people needed to do to break out of that, because I don't think there's anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with being a rapper. It's not a matter of thought. There's nothing wrong with being a rapper, but what I think mainly that guy's biggest point was he was trying to drive home was creating a brand and an image for yourself that people wanted to look up to and be. He was saying essentially a lot of the people that rap on YouTube don't have an identity for themselves, and the only thing that they are recognized for is strictly their technical ability. And there's a lot more to music than that. And I mean, like, I don't know, like, a lot of people don't like hearing that shit. And like, for me, the biggest reason why I personally don't react to every single like quote unquote hood record or something like that, that's like more of like an ignorant type song, is because there's not a lot to really break down. But as far as like what I listen to, and as far as like, you know, what I bump and stuff like that riding down the road, nigga, it's gonna be something that's gonna move me more than it's gonna be having me sit here like the whole time. Like, that's just not.
What I would say though is everything is cool. The problem is balance.
Yeah.
And I think what people didn't realize is the initial problem and what we tried to create was balance.
Correct.
But there's been an overcorrection where now there's no balance. And here's the thing, it's like there's a certain type of artist or stuff that people will not give love or shine or react to.
Right.
And I'm not just talking reactors, I mean like fans will not like react to.
Correct.
And it's starting to make the window. What I'm saying is like the window hasn't closed yet, but what can happen is we can shut ourselves out and make it such a small thing that we stop growing.
Correct.
And we become just a massive niche. Now I've seen a lot, and people have told me this. You can go back and look at my videos. I said a lot of this stuff was coming.
Absolutely.
In the beginning of the year. I said we're gonna start out. Nobody's going to care about us. Then all of a sudden, all these artists and everybody's going to start working with everybody. And the people that people start working with are going to blow your mind. Look at the last year. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Like, we are being infiltrated. But people don't realize that's what's happening.
I mean, KSI literally just dropped a song with Rick Ross and Lil Baby, like, not that long ago. And I seen somebody say, how the hell...
KSI working with people like that, but it's what they're saying is true. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying on a smaller level.
Nigga didn't even let me say what I was gonna say. I said, yeah, I seen like a lot of people asking like why would Rick Ross and Lil Baby do a song with KSI? I think it was Sky's the Limit that said, shout out to Sky's the Limit. I think it was him, and I was like, Negro, I'm gonna be real with you, my nigga. He probably helping them niggas more than not. Like what? Like, bro, KSI is definitely bigger than Rick Ross if we're looking at numbers. Let's keep it a buck.
Well, the crazy thing is, not even on that level. There's like, that's a whole different video. But there's an infiltration happening. But what's going on is, if we don't broaden the perspective, if we don't broaden what we accept and what, because I really genuinely think people hear songs that at this point, I don't think people are really listening to the songs anymore. I think there's a mold, and the fans and people, not the fans.
It's kind of like why Ego Vert. Sorry to interrupt you, but it's kind of like why Ego Vert isn't a person that gets like attention, and he's, a quote unquote YouTube rapper. Like, I think
it's something sounds a certain way.
Yeah.
They think they're supposed to like it, or they think they're not supposed to like it. They react. But so it's just like. The YouTube rapping is something that I super care about because it's something that we all help build. And it's something that's growing so rapidly. And there's going to be millionaires in this, like off of this. There's going to be millionaires. And that's going to probably happen here soon. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, I don't ever want it to become a parody of itself. If you're one of those, this is more for the up and coming people.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is more not just for like the people who are already in here and solidified and doing their thing. I'm talking more to people like, try to figure out what makes you different. Try to say, if a bunch of people are doing this, let me do something different. YouTube, I think the beauty of it was allows anybody to turn on the camera. So let's open it up a little bit. You know what I mean? For other people. And I know people just be like, well, we just listen to what we like. Let's try to, what I always say is, recognize the bias. Let's try to recognize all of our biases. And I'm guilty of this too. Everybody, recognize your bias, because we are all we got, literally.
Right. Legitimately. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that, me and you have talked about it personally multiple times. It's one of those things that the more we feed it, the more we allow other people to get, recognize and stuff like I did a sponsored reaction today, and it was just a hood nigga. And I was just like, yo, like, this is dope, bro. Like, I hope that you continue to bump the, you know what I mean? Like, I hope you continue to do this to get in this cipher of things where people can create content based off of your content, and then you can continue to grow as an artist and get the promotion that you need on your side. And obviously, that, like you said, the up-and-comer people, there's a lot of up-and-comer people that I'm just like, I hope these people get put in the regular category of like, yo, these are dope people to be looking out for, because that's, at one point, that's really what it was about. Sometimes I feel like now a lot of the people that react to stuff, what I've seen more recently, seems like they react to the people that are the quote-unquote YouTube rappers that they're going to bring them the most views. And I understand that, but also in the same sense, we got to...
Well, at the same time, I'm not going to blame it on the reactors. This is what I'm saying.
No, I'm not blaming the reactors at all.
Hold on. That's why I'm saying this video is more for, like, the up-and-comers, like the new people, the people who don't got 20,000 subs, 10,000. I'm saying that because I'm seeing a lot of like carbon copying, and I think give the reactors something to react to.
Yeah.
I always break it down. It don't matter your this is where race and everything transcends. Don't matter your color, creed, religion, anything. Yeah. When you have a viral moment, you will have a viral moment, and they will come to you. Do that. Do the focus on doing something that's going to benefit everybody. Don't just focus. And then once you do a couple of those, then you'll get into the rotation. That's what.
Because there's and I mean that's what was the point I was trying to get to, was basically, you know, like, it's one of those things where the bigger these people are, if you support their music, if you like somebody, you support their music. You continue to support their music. The person that is dropping that music continues to drop music. They grow and get bigger, and then their fan bases start helping these people that are reacting. So they get their fan. That you basically start trading fan bases. You know what I mean? And eventually everybody grows, and that's really how the YouTube stuff is gonna work. Because, I mean, bro, the concept of YouTube is creating content. So if you're giving people to create content from your stuff, it's just like the guy we're talking about right now, Patrick CC, I believe is his name. Like, we're creating content based off of what he did. This sparked a debate amongst us and other people, and that's dope. And that's what, I mean, that's what you're here to do, is deliver content to people so they're able to, you know, go about it the way that they want to and do things to spiral off that, etc.
To all the people who are thinking of getting into this and doing it, when you make your first video or something, think, instead of just like, let me rap fast or something like this, or let me just turn the camera on in front of something, we already do that. We do that. You're not going to do something that's a screwed up. You're not going to do something that's a YouTube cipher. That's already done. That's taken. Think of something that you can do where you're like, I say this every day and it's a gem, and I don't even know if I should be giving this. So yeah, just look at it like the hip hop industry. Do your history. Do your homework on hip hop and the history of it, and look at this as that, and see what is not here. There's so much stuff that's not here yet.
Right.
That the bigger people just keep monopolizing them, because we just like, oh, well, let's do this. Boom. But it's like somebody else can come. Okay. I would honestly like if there was something that it's not like me, Crip, you, somebody else, like all the other people, like some new person comes and goes, yo, it's the YouTube, we gonna do this, so then we can go and do it there. You know what I mean? Like, just think like that. You know what I'm saying? This isn't a video to like get down or be like, oh, we're Corny.
Nah, not at all.